What's up, guys? It's your girl, Matt Cox with MA Couture Crafting. We are live. Now, it's been a while since I've been live, but I had to. I was like, what? Um, I haven't done a lot of Tula Pink talk lately. I know, which is kind of weird, but it was a lot for a minute, but now I feel like I'm caught up. I feel like good about the releases. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about all the things. We're going to go through, we're going to check out what she's talking about. I'm just going to do a few little things here and then we will get started. I'm going to try to do a few things here. There we go. We're going to turn that on. We're going to save that. And we're going to get out of here. Okay. If you guys pop in, let me know. What's up, Alicia? Did you see the new Tula Pink launch? It's like a thing. It's totally a thing. I'm actually, there was a lot for a minute, guys. We knew about so much fabric. What's up, Rhonda? Hey, Janet. We knew about so much fabric like upcoming, and it was overwhelming because I wasn't gonna be able to get my hands on it, and it gets on my nerves to like think about it, but like can't get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been thinking about Everglow forever, and I'm like, oh, Everglow, but Everglow wasn't coming until just now. And so Rhonda wasn't sure. Okay, I get it. All of her lines aren't always my jam either. She can't make everything for me, right? Like everything can't be a love for just me. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's look at it. Let's do the thing. You like the colors? Actually, that's the part that I wasn't, well, I'm a purples girl, so I need like a deep blue and a purple, but let's look at it. If you guys have ever done a live with me, I will actually play Tula Pink's thing and I will stop it and I will start jaw jacking and I will be jumping back and forth. And so that might get on your nerves. So if you want to see, it's on her website, it's on her Instagram. I'm going to be stopping it. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be talking all through it. So, be prepared to be annoyed. What's up, Yvette? So here we go. I'm getting ready to share my screen. Is that as big as I can get it? I don't like that. I don't love that either. That's just wrong. There we go. All right. Tell me if you can hear this.
In October, right? So I know Everglow shipping right now, and we're really excited about that.
Can you guys hear it?
This is not a collection that's shipping now. This is a collection that will ship in October. It'll be the third and final collection that ships in 2023. So end of the year. So this is way in advance. This is my very, very new fabric collection called Besties. I'm super excited to show it to you. So throughout my career as a fabric designer, there are several things I said I would never do. One of those things was pets, because you can draw an anonymous squirrel all day long, but you try to draw a dog and it, gosh darn, better be that person's dog or else no one's interested.
Oh, good. Okay. So we're doing pets. So this theme is all about pets. And I got nervous because when she started talking about pets, I'm like, oh, is she going to do some reptiles? Because you guys know how I feel about that. I am not terrified of reptiles, but I know people who are, and I get a little nervous. So no reptiles in this set, which actually makes me happy. Okay, let's keep going.
But anytime I actually say I will never do something, that is almost a surefire way of me saying that I will eventually do it, because this girl loves a challenge. So I decided to make a fabric collection about strictly house pets. So it's not just dogs, it's not just cats, it's house pets. It's all the little creatures that make us so happy, that we love, that bring so much joy to our lives. And I've really tried to cover the gamut here. So let's get into it. Besties, like best friends, like
you guys give me a second. Let me see if I can.
We are with our house pets.
I don't like the way that it's viewing here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Nope. I guess we're just gonna have to watch it together the way that we were. So sorry, guys. On my phone, I can totally fast forward through stuff, pause through stuff. Apparently, I can only pause and start here. So we're going back a little bit. We're gonna be here for a while. We'll be talking about this for a while. So get some popcorn, get some tea. Let's just keep going.
No Everglow shipping right now, and we're really excited about that. This is not a collection that's shipping now. This is a collection that will ship in October. It'll be the third and final collection that ships in 2023. So end of the year. So this is way in advance. This is my very, very new fabric collection called Besties. I'm super excited to show it to you. So throughout my career as a fabric designer, there are several things I said I would never do. One of those things was pets, because you can draw an anonymous squirrel all day long, but you try to draw a dog and it, gosh darn, better be that person's dog or else no one's interested. But anytime I actually say I will never do something, that is almost a surefire way of me saying that I will eventually do it, because this girl loves a challenge. So I decided to make a fabric collection about strictly house pets. So it's not just dogs, it's not just cats, it's house pets. It's all the little creatures that make us so happy, that we love, that bring so much joy to our lives. And I've really tried to cover the gamut here. So let's get into it. Besties, like best friends, like we are with our house pets, is broken down into two colorways. There's a fun little added thing. I had so much fun with the neon pigment inks that I decided this time to try just a little touch of gold. Nothing.
I am happy that we now have neons, because if anybody needed neons in their collection, it was absolutely Tula Pink. And now we have neons going through her collection. And she's decided to add a little pigment gold in there. So, okay, let's see what happens when she plays with gold.
Gaudy, nothing over the top, but just a little hint of shimmer. And so let's get into it. So there's two colorways. There's sort of a blue greenish colorway. So I should have put these on opposite sides. Sometimes I don't think these things through. I spent so much time setting this up. Anyway, not the point. So there's a blue green colorway, blues and greens and teals and turquoises. And then there's a pink colorway with pinks and oranges and lemons, with a little bit of the green from this side and a little bit of the aqua teal from this side. So they really do cross over, and we'll get more into that later. But let's get into the prints. So because we had to cover a lot of house pets, because we're not just all dog people or just all cat people, some of us like all the animals. I have had at some time in my life every single one of these animals, just saying. So the main print, because as much as I love all animals, we are a dog family. Sorry, cat people. We'll deal with you later. But the main print from the collection is essentially the dogs. So this was a real conundrum for me, because when working with a dog print, like which dog do you do? So I tried to cover as many sort of dog categories as I could. We've got lap dogs, we've got big dogs, we've got floppy dogs that think they're lap dogs, which is what we personally have. We have little dogs, we have fancy dogs, we have like kind of rough and tumble scruffy dogs. We've got all kinds of dogs here. So there's 7 dogs in total. And the print, I'm so into this.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. Okay, so let's get to all the dogs. So we have a golden retriever, because that's our dog.
Oh, great. Of course, the play sign drops right in front of it.
So, hi, Lulu. So,
dogs. Okay, so she tried to cover as many as she can. You know, people loved her holiday homies with the animals and whatnot. Tula Pink does animals. I actually like a lot of the artwork for each one of these dogs. And you know that she does like the cameo thing, so you know you're going to have like one really big focus fabric. This is actually my favorite out of all the ones that I saw, and that surprised me. I like this one, and I like the other colorway, because it's dropping in October. When I was looking at this, I don't know why, but I totally got holiday vibes. I guess it's because that's a lot of red that I'm seeing. Now, to look at something through a screen and to see it in person, it's always very, very different. The best way to see it is not by picture, but by actual video. But this is giving me holiday vibes, guys. So my first thought with this fabric was there's a pattern that I'll show you guys. But then with this are ornaments. Those, it looks like holiday. So you could totally fussy cut these out and make these ornaments and have a whole little puppy dog tree, which I'm sure somebody is going to do. I'm sure somebody will.
So this is our dog. We've got a whippet. We've got a runner. Got to have a runner. We've got a fancy poodle with a bow. Very fancy.
That's my favorite one, I think.
Like a Rottweiler.
Love that his face is lime green.
For our big dog people. We've got a Chihuahua for our little dog people.
Least favorite.
Also for our little dog people, we have a little French bulldog down here.
Cute.
What am I missing? I'm missing, we have a Dalmatian. Super fun because you have to have a Dalmatian because they're adorable and they're super fun to draw. So the idea for this print was to create little vignettes that can be fussy cut, right? So super easy to cut these guys out. They've got a little...
If you guys are worried about getting this fussy, not fussy cut, if you guys are going to be fussy cutting this and you hate when your dogs get cut off or you don't feel like you've gotten enough, look at Super Buzzy before you purchase this fabric. They usually take great care in making sure that you get full heads. They look at these as panels as opposed to yardage. So what'll happen is they'll say, you know, from here to here, this is where the repeat happens. So you're sure to get in at least one of each in your yardage. They're very particular about that. Super Buzzy.
Ring of gold here and then a little gold in here. And the idea was that we have this fire hydrant to fill in the gaps. And so this is almost like your cut line. This is the center line between each one. And then there's enough distance between here and here to cut across here.
I wish in this moment that she had told us what the dimensions were. Like, how big is it from one cut to the next cut? Like, should I be able to get like a full, it looks like a 6-inch square that I'll be able to get with this. Probably not an 8. An 8 might be too big.
Without cutting into the next one. I mean, that's the idea. Best laid plans, friends. But so the idea is that this little fire hydrant is like all the water's coming out of it. I know that's not where the water comes from, but this is art, not real life. All comes out of here. There's a little dog collar with a little gold buckle on it. I like that too. And then coming out of the fire hydrant is this sprig of flowers with our little poppers in the middle. So this piece contains all the colors for the colorway. And then within that colorway, we have all the rest of the animals. And so what I was really trying to do here is cover all of our little pet bases. I didn't give you any reptiles because I already did that in Moon Garden. And so we can go elsewhere for those. But these are all of our fuzzy friends. So we've got little bunny rabbits with little the bunnies are stars cute. That pick up the reds and the pinks with the little orange ears.
Those are cute.
We have, this has been sort of a studio favorite.
I love this one.
I like this one too. All the little different cats and all climbing on their little cat trees.
Those look very neon.
This is very reminiscent of a print I did for Nest.
Pictures.
With the tumbling blocks with the birds in them. But I thought it would be fun to sort of bring that idea back and then have cats sort of climbing. It is a job of work to figure out how to make these staircases work. So it's very like MC Escher-esque. Then we have our turtles.
If you're a turtle person, and this is your fabric for sure.
Sort of, and it's more obvious in the blue. Sorry, trucks. Our little turtles, but I wanted them to look like those old China patterns that are usually in blue. Kind of all ornate and detailed, but then in the middle, there's these little shelled tortoises, little turtles, little box turtles. Then we've got our hamsters because hamsters are both adorable and fluffy. Then we have our goldfish. So this ended up becoming one of my favorite prints in the collection.
Gorgeous.
I kept using it over and over and over again.
Gorgeous.
I just think it's really funny and weird and great, and the colors are fun. So we've got our little goldfish. swimming through their little habitat. We've got a
She
little
definitely nailed this one.
chest of buried treasure with some gold coins and then some actual metallic gold fish swimming throughout.
Like this
And
a
then
lot,
with this
a lot, a lot.
collection, I tried to do sort of a coordinate piece that went with each main piece. So we've got this prince called Unconditional Love, our little hearts.
Those are going
and
to be
it's
very
two-way
popular.
directional. So the hearts don't go this way and this way. They go up and down, but they flip. So it's two-way directional.
Okay.
Then for our little hamsters, we have that print in
goldfish
the
just
sort
nailed
of
it. Like, what's
citrusy
that?
orange color with the
She
little
nailed it with the
yellow and pink
goldfish.
hearts. And then we have our sort of turtle shell print, and I have that in two colors.
That's a nice way to think about that shape.
And then my favorite of
go,
the coordinates
'cause I just see a
is the
hexagon.
best friend charms. So do you remember when we were kids? I mean, maybe this isn't gonna date me. I don't know. But when we were kids, we used to buy these necklaces that were a whole heart that said
I
best
had that
friends.
necklace
And
the
then
bracelet.
it would come sort of already pre-snapped, but you break it in half, and then you take one half of the heart, and your best friend would take the other half of the heart. And these really are our very, very bestest friends for life. And so I thought we'd give them little gold best friend chains. So it's a metallic gold chain.
Interesting.
With little best friend charms on it. And that comes.
Randomly, there's a woman who just did a best friend. What did I just hit? Oh crap. I hate that I just did what I just did. There is a woman who has a best friend. What is it? A pattern. And it totally works with this fabric. I sure hope that I can fast forward this, but I just don't know that I can. I have no idea how that's going to work. Oh my gosh, we're starting from the beginning. Nobody has time for that. Oh, I totally should have recorded this and then come back and shown you guys. But no worries. I know what to do. We're just going to keep that running and we will share another screen. Let's see. So here they are. I mean, she's going to go through and talk about it. We just went through the first colorway. I think the bunnies are super duper duper cute. The hamsters, okay, people have hamsters. Somebody's going to love that. I don't know if that's going to be the most popular. And then she's got these hearts. And I think the hearts, they'll just be used for everything. We're going to start seeing those hearts turning up everywhere. Those hearts are going to be absolutely everywhere. The dogs, people love dogs. That fabric's going to be super popular. That goldfish is going to sell out. The turtles will probably do okay. The kitties, those are cute. People love their cats. It's just so geometric. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then we get into the deeper blues, the different colorway there. And I like these dogs. If in initial, like when I first saw it, I was like, But then I was, trying to figure out how I would use this, what I could do. And I love the shape that the little dogs are sitting in. I think it's such a classy shape to go with this. It's kind of like, when I look at these dogs, I kind of think of dogs for the rich and famous, right? Lifestyles for the rich and famous. You guys remember that? I love the shape that they're sitting in, and I love the stripes that are coming out of that. I really like what she did with this. No, I wouldn't have expected this particularly, or this might not be the first fabric that I was drawn to, but I like the concept. And then the neons that's sitting in the ears and all of that. I like it. I like what we're doing. The bunnies, again, cute, more hexagons, turtles. I think the turtles will be cool. But these goldfish, I will be doing something with goldfish. Yep, same thing, Cynthia. I think the fish and the dogs are where it is at. The hamsters, I just don't know. I can't wait to see what people do with them. I mean, I know that everybody's going to be throwing them on the Buy Annie bags and the So Sweetness bags. I saw the little minikins and everything. And the turtle. If you're a turtle person, that turtle is gorgeous. It's like a really nice turtle. Oh, I said no reptiles, but I think that falls into the line of reptiles. But the good thing is this fabric is not coming till way, way, way down the line. And believe it or not, I'm not like, oh, I have to have it. So I feel good. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can breathe right now. I am not trying to run out to the stores. I'm not asking anybody when's this coming in. It's like, okay, when that gets here, we'll figure out how we're going to play with it. You can expect a 3-yard quilt with these dogs in there for sure. The colorway is kind of weird to me, which is funny because you guys know that I will force colors together and play with all kinds of everything. But looking at it through I'm just not sure how I'm going to make it fit. I'm not sure how I want to play with it. But you can certainly expect me to use the fish and the dogs for sure, hands down. But that's all I'm like really excited about. I'm happy that she's got her last collection coming out. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what people do with this around the holidays, because that's when it will actually be in the store. And I can totally see the dogs as holiday quilts. It makes sense to me. Let me see where this is now. It's still not very far along because I had accidentally hit a button. I'm going to go back. I'm going to listen to her play it again. If you guys are tapping out, I totally get it. But there's this one pattern. Let me see if I can find it for you guys that I think is really interesting. I was just talking to my friend Maureen about it the other day. And there are these people who did this pattern, and the dogs are like vegetables or fruit. And I know that sounds crazy. And I think it's really funny that I am not necessarily a dog, fabric kind of person, but I had to buy all of these. I had to buy every single pattern. Tell me if you guys know what I'm talking about. I know that sounds crazy. Dog, like the dog fruit, or the dog as fruit or vegetables, but it's a thing. It's a thing. And as soon as I wanted to have this pattern ready for you guys, and I was searching it just the other day. I know it sounds insane, but you guys know that I'm kind of insane. So let's see if we can't find it. Yeah, it does kind of give Easter color vibes, but we've got to wait so long for it. I was kind of trying to figure out what's going to be around the time that it releases, because that's what people will probably be using it for. Where is that? I just saw them. There they are, story quilts. You guys are going to think I have lost my mind when you guys see this. Here it is. I think they're called like Garden Patch. Here they are. I want to use this. You guys are going to really think I've lost it. Here they are. Here's coming. These, with that, I'm telling you, this is all I could think of when I saw it. This is called Bloomin' Dogs, and I think they made each of these dogs into flowers, and everything about this made me think about the other one. And I've been dying to do this. And guys, I kid you not, I bought every single one of these patterns. I don't know why, but I thought this was just genius. And so I think I want to play with this, the two of those together. Have you guys ever seen these before? When I was explaining them to my friend, she was like, what? I was like, they made the dogs into something, and they made all the dogs into flowers. So if you are a dog person and you love flowers, I love flowers. I just thought this was genius. They're so cute. The Calipup, the Daffodog, Dogtails, the Orchid Terrier. I'm doing it. Totally doing it. I'm going to make them work together. Yes, expect me to do the Tula Pink fabric with these patterns into some kind of quilt or a table runner or something. I've got to do the poodle. There's just no way of getting around it. I think they're cute. It was just a thought. Because when I'm seeing these fabrics, I'm like, what can I do with them? Because we can't just buy fabric to buy fabric, because that's not what we're doing. But the dogs and the goldfish, for sure. The jury's still out until you see the final version. I get it, Rhonda. I get it. This is probably, you know, like curiouser and curiouser. I thought the whole world was just going to go crazy. And for some of the prints they did, and then for some of them they were kind of reserved and they were like, oh, I like this one, I like that one. You can find something to love in every single one of them. I think that the fish and the dogs are going to be killer, guys. I really, really do. Everything else, well, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's see where we are in the Tula Pink video. Let's see.
You can draw an anonymous squirrel all day long, but you try to draw a dog and it gosh darn better be that person's dog.
Just now joining.
No one's interested.
I'm going to talk all over this. I can't figure out how to fast forward it. So next time we know, I will pre-record it and then we can play with it.
That is almost a surefire way of me saying that I will eventually do it because this girl loves a challenge. So I decided to make a fabric collection about strictly house pets. So it's not just dogs, it's not just cats, it's house pets. It's all the little creatures.
Even when I'm looking at this fabric laid out right now,
that brings so much joy
the color story
and
feels
I
a little.
Really tried to cover the gamut.
Like I need to take some other true colors and put them in to kind of make it blend for me.
Best friends, like we are with our house pets.
I don't know.
Is broken down into 2 colorways. There's a fun little added thing. I had so much fun with the neon pigment inks that I decided this time to try just a little touch of gold. Nothing gaudy, nothing over the top, but just a little hint of shimmer. And so let's get into it. So there's 2 colorways. There's sort of a blue greenish colorway.
It looks good right there when it's stacked, but even still, that teal, baby blue, I don't know why on the camera, I just can't quite see.
So there's a blue-green colorway, blues and greens and teals and
but I know she'll show us soon.
And then there's
the next couple
a
of
pink
days.
Colorway with pinks and oranges and lemons, with a little bit of the green from this side and a little bit of the aqua teal from this side. So they really do cross over, and we'll get more into that later. But let's get into the prints. So because we had to cover a lot of house pets, because we're not just all dog people or just all cat people, some of us like all the animals. I have had at some time in my life every single one of these animals. Just saying. So the main print.
I think I've had every single one of those animals too, now that I think about it.
We are a dog family. Sorry, cat people. We'll deal with you later. But the main print from the collection is essentially the dogs. So this was a real conundrum for me because when working with a dog print, like which dog do you do? So I tried to cover as many sort of dog categories as I could. We've got lap dogs, we've got big dogs, we've got floppy dogs that think they're lap dogs, which is what we personally have.
Joyce, you think the patterns are going to look good with the Tula Pink?
Dogs. We have like kind of rough and tumble, scruffy dogs. We've got all kinds of dogs here. So there's 7 dogs in total. And the print, I'm so into this.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. Okay, so let's get to all the dogs. So we have a golden retriever because that's our dog. So hi, Lulu. So this is our dog. We've got a whippet. We've got a runner. Got to have a runner. We've got a fancy poodle with a bow. Very fancy. We have like a Rottweiler type little guy for our big dog people. We've got a Chihuahua for our little dog people. Also for our little dog people, we have a little French bulldog down here. I
love his ears being neon.
What am I missing? I'm missing, we have a Dalmatian.
I think the Dalmatian looks good too.
Because you have to have a Dalmatian because they're adorable.
See you later, Lisette.
To draw. So the idea for this print was to create little vignettes that can be fussy cut, right? So super easy to cut these guys out.
Looks like
They've
a
got
small
a little
fussy
ring
cut.
of gold here and then a little gold in here. And the idea was that we have this fire hydrant to fill in the gaps. And so this is almost like your cut line. This is the center line between each one. And then there's enough distance between here and here to cut across here without cutting into the next one. I mean, that's the idea. Best laid plans.
See you later, Rhonda.
And so the idea is that this little fire hydrant is like all the water's coming out of it. I know that's not where the water comes from, but this is art, not real life. all comes out of here. There's a little dog collar with a little gold buckle on it. And then coming out of the fire hydrant is this sprig of flowers with our little poppers in the middle. So this piece contains all the colors for the colorway. And then within that colorway, we have all the rest of.
Okay, as I'm looking at this, I'm getting another idea. So because of this, really, it seems like it's tight. Everything seems super close. And just grabbing a traditional square out of that, I don't know. It might be fun to do some applique work and mimic the shape that she's already cut out, whatever that tile shape is. Cut it with, my Cricut or whatever, and then go around it and fussy cut it so that I get that same shape mimicked with all of that filigree that's kind of all around it, because these are so tight. I'm just wondering how cute a square of this is gonna look. It just, I don't know. I would love to see how people are going to fussy cut it, because I know that's what they're gonna do. But just looking at the organic, like the movement of that shape, and then to just throw it in a square feels wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
The animals. And so what I was really trying to do here is cover all of our little pet bases. I didn't give you any reptiles because I already did that in Moon Garden. And so we can go elsewhere for those. But these are all of our fuzzy friends. So we've got little bunny rabbits with little gold stars that pick up the reds and the pinks with the little orange ears.
Orange ears are cute.
This has been sort of a studio favorite.
I love this one.
I like this one too. All the little different cats and all climbing on their little cat trees. This is very reminiscent of a print I did for Nest with the tumbling blocks with the birds in them. But I thought it would be fun to sort of bring that idea back and then have cats sort of climbing. It is a job of work to figure out how to make these staircases work. So it's very like MC Escher-esque. Then we have.
I hope she brings back Disco Kitties next. I've really been eyeing that fabric.
And I wanted this to look like sort of, and it's more obvious.
I might need to go ahead and pay a couple $100 for whatever that's going
our little
for.
turtles, but I wanted them to look like those old China patterns that are usually in blue.
I like this turtle.
Kind of all ornate and detailed, but then in the middle there's these little shelled tortoises, little turtles, little box turtles. Then we've got our hamsters, because hamsters are both adorable and fluffy. Then we have our goldfish.
Every time she pulls out these goldfish, I get giddy.
One of my favorite prints in the collection. I kept using it over and over and over again. I just think it's really funny and weird and great, and the colors are fun. So we've got our little goldfish swimming through their little habitat. We've got a little chest of buried treasure with some gold coins, and then some actual metallic gold fish swimming throughout. And then with this collection, I tried to do sort of a coordinate piece that went with each main piece. So we've got this print's called Unconditional Love, our little heart.
I can just see those everywhere. Those are going to be popping up in shows and quilts. You're just going to see those hearts everywhere.
Flip, so it's two-way directional. Then for our little hamsters, we have that print.
Oh my gosh, for Valentine's Day with that little baby pink. Oh my goodness.
Yellow and pink hearts. And then we have our sort of turtle shell print, and I have that in two colors. And then my favorite of the coordinates is the best friend charms. So do you remember when we were kids? I mean, this isn't gonna date me, I don't know. But when we were kids, we used to buy these necklaces that were a whole heart that said best friends. And then it would come sort of already pre-snapped, but you'd break it in half, and then you take one half of the heart and your best friend would take the other half of the heart. And these really are our very, very bestest friends for life. And so I thought we'd give them little gold best friend chains. So it's a metallic gold chain with little best friend charms on it. And that comes back in the backing. Is the gold showing up on camera?
Yeah, it looks cool.
That gold, I can't wait to see it in person.
So that's one colorway. And to the blue. So all the same prints in blue, in sort of blue and green and aquas.
Boy, this gives me Christmas vibes.
extra colors of reds and pinks and some of the crossover colors. So you can see like a lot of the crossover colors.
I wouldn't have thought to put that with that, but she's seeing it in person.
Cross over both colorways really, really beautifully.
I don't think that's how I'm going to use that.
So you're picking up sort of the pink and the red in here.
Boy, I like that.
So
poodle.
A lot of these will cross over. So just because I have them in two colorways doesn't mean that those two colorways have to stick together. They're definitely meant to commingle, and we'll get more into that in another video.
I look forward to that video.
Wiggly over there. She always sits for the videos.
She sits right there.
Such a team player.
She's scratching herself.
So nice. Very unladylike. Okay, so with these, some of the colors in here just turned out so sharp, and I'm not sure that it'll show up totally on camera, but there's this like really deep, interesting like teal
I saw that
blue
in this
color.
I like that
came
color
up in here. That's really cool. It's in the fire hydrant and some of the shadows of some of these dogs. The French bulldog.
I like this colorway a lot.
Is pretty killer. I love that drawing.
I just like the dogs and the goldfish.
So
I guess that's the consensus.
Same with the gold
the dogs and the goldfish.
And we have our bunnies. Got our bunnies, green bunnies on a blue background with orange ears. It's kind of a peachy orange. It's not like a true orange. It's sort of like a
I kind of wish she put
color.
These hearts in the
None
true
of
colors.
The red is truly red. None of
so
the
that
orange
they were
is
replenishable.
Orange.
Because I think those hearts, they're gonna go crazy.
So
for
then
those
we've
hearts.
got
be ready to just buy up all the hearts, guys.
Here. So some of these kind of periwinkle blue colors, and then we get into some of the deep teals that sort of work back into this guy here.
I wouldn't have thought to put the turtles with the doggies
here too. So some of these deep. So this is the turtle,
and because it's all one colorway, I guess she wasn't really trying to make it a focal.
In gold, so pretty. I cannot wait to show you guys the quilts I've made. I'm still waiting on two of them to come back, but they're coming in. We've got our blue and green kitty cats climbing on their fancy cat tree fabric. We have our sort of aqua blue-green hamsters. They could be guinea pigs. I mean, I intended them to be hamsters, but sometimes those things are hard to tell. We've got our turtle shell sort of.
I like that colorway for the turtle shells.
I really like
I'm
how
really
this
digging
turned out
citron
with this
right now.
Sort of yellow-green color with the pale sort of cool blue, and then the teal hearts on there. And then the fish again. I don't know what it is about these fish, man.
They're wet and just kind of let it shimmer.
The fish are winning.
You can totally see it.
She nailed it with the fish.
And so you can see how these colors, like some of these sort of coral colors go back into.
I can see that
into these guys here. And it goes both ways. So like you can see how some of the teals are going to work really well coming this way. Like there's a lot of overlap here with the colorways, and that is 100% on purpose.
Okay.
Obvi, because I designed the fabric, so I can make it do whatever I want. And a lot of these crossover colors. So you'll find a lot of the teals and things in here. So obviously a lot of these can come this way. Really, really beautifully. And then this picks up on some of the pinks and reds that are in this print.
I like that.
But so this is Besties. Last thing I want to show you. So this is our intro video. We're going to do videos the rest of the week showing you different aspects of the fabric. We'll talk about a little bit about the gold ink. And I've pressed all these. It doesn't catch, it doesn't stick, it doesn't do anything. It really sits beautifully in the fabric. But then we have the 108s. And the 108s.
Oh, I forgot about the 108s.
Which are wide backings. I took the best friend charm.
That'll be great for people who are giving quilts to their friends. I've got friends who do that. That'll be really nice.
108 prints, 108-inch wide back. And then, so we have it in the blue and we have it in the pink. And look at how beautifully that quilts up. So pretty. The pink on this is really sharp. It's super bright. It's really pretty. It's a really good, clear pink. They really nailed the fabric mill really nailed the pink on this. And again, it's in our, and down it comes. Another video we deal with that.
All right, so we made it through. Okay. I get it. I get it, guys. Every single line is not going to be for everybody. My favorite lines, Curious and Curiouser, line work was made specifically for me. So this one might not be for everybody, but there are some really good pieces in this collection. The fish and those dogs are going to be showstoppers, I think, when we get them. Everything else, we can kind of try to make some of the other stuff work with the other things and whatnot. We'll play with it. When it comes in, of course, I'm going to cover it because we do all things pop culture here. But it's cool. But I feel good. Like, I'm not itching. I am itching, however, for the next Deja Vu to come out, which is Nightshade. I'm looking for that. That flower print, I might buy a whole bolt of it. I might buy a whole bolt of the flower print that's coming out. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to Everglow. Everglow is the neons, the stripes, the animals. Okay, I'll probably play with a lion or something like that. We'll do a 3-yard quilt for sure. I haven't picked which design we're going to use. It might come out of the I think it's going to come out of the Modern Views book, the one that we've just, not Modern Views, the Make It Modern, I think it's called Make It Modern book. But we're definitely going to do a 3-yard quilt in that guy. But other than that, this is the collection. I finally feel like we can breathe. This is the end of the year. This is the last one for this year. Okay. Just get me through Everglow. I called my store today to find out if Everglow has reached it. I can see that it's reached some of the other stores already. And it's shipping today for one store. I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to get it so quickly. I called my store. They were like, we'll give you a call. We'll give you a call. So as soon as Everglow gets in, expect a live from that store so that we can really see if it's like neon for real, if it's the kind of neon that we are hoping that it is. All right, guys. Have a good afternoon. This was fun. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Don't worry, the next time I do this, I will totally re-record it so that we can jump through a little easier. But yep, it looks like everybody likes the dog and the fish fabric. If anybody has any questions or anything else you guys want to discuss, let me know. And if not, we can get out of here. It's a nice, easy, fast video, right? I realize I've been talking for 45 minutes, but hey. I'm going to scroll back through. There's such a difference between fabric shown through a video and fabric shown on a screen. There's no way in the world that you would know how fabulous this fish fabric was if you were just looking at it on the screen. I mean, absolutely no way. I didn't even realize that there was gold outlining these animals until she talked about it like the third time that I watched it. These best friend, I'm not sure. I mean, I get it. I totally get that it's a Besties and but I don't know how I'm going to make it work with this fabric. I might pull that out and use that with something different. The hamsters here, you just don't understand how rich they actually are until you see it in that video. The hearts are going to sell like hotcakes. Those hearts, somebody's going to do something awesome with those hearts, and we're going to be like, where happened to all the hearts? I wish she would put those hearts in different colorways in her True Colors line. Also, something else that I wish they would do, just Free Spirit and all the fabric companies in general, and I'm going to be just screaming this from the top of my lungs every time you see a video, is I think it's time that they allow you to purchase swatch cards. Let me just highlight myself because it's that serious. I keep talking about it on all of my videos. A swatch card. Here's my current dilemma. There is a pattern that I see that I want to make, and I would love to be able to grab to see what fabrics I want to put into that pattern. Unfortunately, none of the quilt stores in my area carry this brand of fabric that I want to use. If I were able to just purchase the cards when they come out, the entire line, nothing major, just swatch cards, the same way that they do Kona and the same way that they take these cards to the store. The representatives come and they're like, hey, they show the show owners, the shop owners, these are what's coming out. They have a big like cardboard thing with all the fabrics in them and they share them. I need to be able to purchase that. I don't want it for free. I want to be able to buy it. So that way, a year from now on Etsy, the Etsy sellers will probably still have this fabric, and I'll be able to say, you know what, I want this dog because it goes with this true colors. And I'll be able to lay them out and be like, this goes with this. And then I can chase what I want. I am having the most difficult time pulling colors from a brand that is not in my local quilt stores, unfortunately, because local quilt stores are not staying open anymore, guys, and they can't be expected to carry every single line of every single thing. They just can't. But you can chase fabric because a lot of these online sellers still have it, but I don't know what it looks like. It looks like this. You know, when I'm looking at the hamster, it looks all muted. That hamster isn't muted. He's a little bit more rich in the video. And so I'm just asking the brands, the companies to start making swatch cards. I mean, it's not, sell them. I really don't even care what you sell them for. Just sell them so that I can collect them and that I can revisit them and I can put stuff together. Ooh, Sandy wants the cats. That makes me happy because I hadn't seen anybody talk about those cats. So good. See, the cats are for you. I like the dark teal turtle fabric too, Joyce. I'm not exactly sure what I would do with him. And because he's like pretty much all one colorway, I feel like she wasn't intending for him to be anybody's focus fabric. I feel like he's supposed to blend in with something else that she has here. But he's a cutie patootie. I like that turtle. Good. I'm glad to see that people are liking different things. There's always something for everybody. So yeah, that's the newest collection. Again, when Everglow comes, expect another live from me. For sure, it's happening. If there's nothing else, I guess we can get out of here and finish the rest of our day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and share me with your friends. We are trying to grow the channel and help me reach my next milestone of, I don't know, whatever the next milestone is. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I will catch you guys on the next one. All right. Bye-bye. Hey, Pat. Thanks for popping in.